About the ring design we asked our friend to do, the deadline to decide is coming up soon. What should we do?
He's the reason I'm so miserable. And he's getting engaged? I'll never let him be the only one who gets to be happy. A reunion might sound like a wonderful thing, but of course, there are reunions you never wished for. Reuniting with a guy who hates my guts and sees me as an enemy is definitely one of those unwanted reunions for me. I'm surprised. I never expected to see you here. It's been since high school graduation, hasn't it? Have you been well? Did you really think you'd have an advantage just because your junior from high school happened to be the interviewer? Ha ha ha. That's right, I came in for a job interview today, looking to advance my career. But to my surprise, a junior from my high school days was sitting there as the interviewer. It's the complete opposite. I'll never forget the grudge I have against you. I'm not hiring you. Serves you right. My name is Rikuto Sakekawa. I'm 28 years old, a systems engineer, looking to take the next step in my career through a new job. I'd be happy to hear all about that some other time, but for now, could we please conduct a fair interview? Like hell I will. Everyone else might have been okay with it, but even back then, I was pissed off about what you did as captain. He was abandoning his role as an interviewer to unleash his intense anger on me over something that happened in our club 10 years ago. He was Guy Okadochi, a year my junior in the high school kendo club. Huh? What's with that defiant look? You want to get suspended from the tournament? When I was a senior in high school and the captain of the kendo club, I was at my wit's end with our advisor, Mr. Fujimura's tyranny. Blaming the club members for embezzling funds was just the beginning. If anyone showed the slightest sign of defiance, he'd put them through brutal hazing he called advanced training. It was a common occurrence. My juniors are suffering, and yet, is there nothing I can do? I was tormented by my frustration and helplessness. One day, after half the freshmen who had joined our club quit, Sir, please, not that. Shut up. Don't talk back to me. You want to get us disqualified from the tournament? Just shut your mouth and... Gah! Captain! I had finally punched him. There were many witnesses, so there was no denying it. Naturally, the kendo club was suspended from the tournament, and I was suspended from school. Because of this, Mr. Fujimura's routine misconduct came to light. He was suspended from his job, and the kendo club got a new instructor. Captain, we're so sorry. Because of us, your last tournament. It's fine. Luckily, I'm the only senior. When I thought about your futures, I just couldn't forgive that teacher. If you guys don't give up now, I'm sure you can aim for the nationals again next year, so keep fighting. Starting with Ichida, all my juniors understood and supported my actions. That's how much stress Mr. Fujimura had been causing for every single member of the kendo club. That was a scene from my high school days, but it seems this one guy felt differently. I'll never forgive you for making us miss the national tournament. After that, my junior, Guy Okadochi, just continued to hurl insults at me, and my important interview time was over just like that. In the end, I never got a call about the next round. Well, after an interview like that, I would have turned them down anyway. Later, I got a job at a different systems company. There, I steadily built my career. And I was even blessed with a wonderful encounter that would change my life.
Good morning, Chief Sakekawa.
Morning. How's your progress? I'll help in any way I can, so don't hesitate to ask for it.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you as my boss, Chief Sakekawa.
You're exaggerating. If someone's in trouble, I'll help them no matter the cost. That's all there is to it.
You say it so easily, but so few people in this world can actually do that. I'm so jealous of Nico Tozawa being loved by you, Chief Sakekawa.
Several years had passed since then. At the company I'd moved to, I was blessed with wonderful colleagues, both senior and junior. I advanced in my career and was promoted to chief. I was living a fulfilling life. What's more...
Oh, speak of the devil. Here comes Nico. Well then, I'll get out of your way.
Nico Tozawa watched the female employee run off with an amused smile.
Wow, Rikuto. Popular with the ladies as always, I see.
It's not like that. I was just checking if she needed any help.
I know, I'm just kidding. The way you naturally help people with things everyone else finds a pain, that's part of your charm, Rikuto.
This is Nico Tozawa. She's a year younger than me, and we've been dating for several years now. We're not living together yet, but we recently visited each other's parents and are now engaged. Is helping people really such a big deal? I've lived my whole life this way, so I don't really get it.
At this point, you might be an endangered species in Japan, Rikuto.
Endangered?
You're like a rare animal in a way.
So, I'm like an okapi or something?
Exactly. So be extra careful of hunters trying to poach you.
Ooh. And so, thanks in part to Nico's presence in my life, every day was fulfilling, both at work and at home. But, as if by a cruel twist of fate, another unwelcome encounter was about to befall me. Huh? Senior? What are you doing here? Huh? Could it be? Guy? I didn't recognize him at first in his office building cleaner's uniform, but it was him, Guy Okadochi, my junior from the Kendo Club. And the man who had been my nightmare interviewer. So, you work at this company, Senior? Yeah, well, your company decided I wasn't needed. Anyway, what are you doing now, Guy? You're pretty childish yourself, Senior. Snitching to the company about the interview just because you got rejected? That's right. After the interview, I reported the details to his company, explaining how, despite our past connection, he refused to conduct a proper interview and just hurled insults at me. Thanks to you, I was removed from my interviewer duties and got demoted to a dead-end department. I was so frustrated that I started messing with some of the junior employees for fun, and they accused me of harassment. You. Of course they did. Why would you do something so stupid? My harsh tone didn't seem to get through to him at all. Guy just sighed heavily and threw his hands up. In the end, I was fired for misconduct, and I haven't been able to find a decent job since. This is all your fault. None of this would have happened if you hadn't shown up for that interview. Talk about misdirected anger. Putting high school aside, what happened during the interview and everything after was completely his own fault. Have you forgotten the spirit of Koken Chiai? The spirit of Kendo is to learn about your opponent by facing them with sincerity, to understand each other, and to rejoice in mutual growth, isn't it? Shut up. I'm not listening to a single word from a barbarian like you who raised a hand against a teacher. Forgetting he was on the clock, Guy started making a scene. I desperately tried to calm him down, and managed to get him back to work that day without things escalating further. There was no need to tell Nico about such an unfortunate reunion, so I kept to myself. Then, one day...
About the ring design we asked our friend to do, the deadline to decide is coming up soon. What should we do?
Is it that time already? You've been pretty indecisive, but what kind of engagement ring do you want, Nico?
Let's see...
As I was having a casual chat with Nico, who I'd run into in the office hallway, Guy was watching us. He's the reason I'm so miserable, and he's getting engaged? I'll never let him be the only one who gets to be happy. After that, Guy shifted his target from me to Nico. Guy, who came to the office every day for cleaning, started approaching Nico directly, behind my back.
Who are you?
I'm a junior of your fiancée, Rikuto Sakikawa, from high school. I'm telling you for your own good, you should call off the engagement.
Huh? What is this? Why are you suddenly saying...
Did you know he's the kind of guy who got suspended for punching our faculty advisor? Thanks to him, the Kendo Club was disqualified from the tournament. A captain losing his temper and crushing his junior's dreams, isn't that just awful?
I don't know about the past, but I trust Rikuto.
I get that it's hard to back out now, but are you sure you're okay being so blind? Huh. You should really reconsider marrying a guy who hits people. He'll probably resort to violence with you too if something happens.
That's enough.
Behind my back, Guy was desperately trying to make Nico change her mind.
Good morning, Chief Sakikawa.
Morning. From the looks of it, you seem pretty stuck on your current task, don't you?
Huh? How can you tell? I really can't hide anything from you, Chief. Could you take a look at it later?
Of course. I'll make time whenever, so just let me know. Don't worry about the timing. Just like any other day, I greeted my junior employees in the morning and checked on their progress. Just then, Guy approached with a smirk on his face. Morning, Senior. Still as popular as ever. I'm so jealous. It must feel great, sitting in a position you got by kicking me down, huh? I've never once kicked you down, Guy. Can you stop with the misdirected resentment? Ha! How can you say that after snitching to my company? You've got some nerve. The employees here found out about our relationship and asked me a bunch of questions, so I made sure to answer them properly. I told them you have a hidden side, and you're the kind of guy who punches a teacher and gets suspended. Guy was deliberately speaking in a loud voice, trying to spread my past around the office. As I was wondering how to handle the situation, another junior, not Guy, showed up.
Morning, Rikuto. Oh, Guy, long time no see.
This was Ichita Okura, a key player in the Kendo Club who was a year below me. He and Guy were in the same grade. Huh? What are you doing here, Ichita?
Rikuto outsources some systems work to me. That's why I come here for meetings sometimes.
Ichida had the option to go to college on a Kendo scholarship, but due to family circumstances, he needed to start earning money quickly and got a job right after high school. After I graduated from college and started working, I always kept an eye out for Ichida. What's that about? How can you be so friendly with a senior who punched our advisor and got us disqualified from the tournament?
So that loud shouting I heard all the way from the reception area was you, Guy. We all talked about that incident in our year, and everyone understood the situation, didn't they? Thanks to him, our team's bond actually grew stronger, and we made it to the Nationals the following year. What's your problem?
Guy seemed to recall that time and bit his lip hard. The next year was too late. I needed to go to the Nationals that year. I made a promise.
A promise? With who?
Come on, please. If you don't have anyone you like, just try dating me. I promise I'll make you happy.
You're so persistent. Fine, take me to the Kendo Nationals this year. If you do, I'll go out with you.
That was the truth about Guy that I never knew, and the reason why he alone had hated me for all this time. Hi. The girl I had a crush on for so long told me she'd go out with me if I made it to the Nationals.
You're still holding a grudge against him for such a personal reason?
Of course I am. He lost his temper, punched the teacher, and ruined my love life. And now he's acting like a good guy with a beautiful fiancée? There's no way I can forgive that.
If she didn't date you even after you went to the nationals the next year, doesn't that mean she was just playing with you?
What?
Guy, Rikuto isn't short-tempered at all. He punched Mr. Fujimura out of necessity, thinking long-term for our sakes.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know that Mr. Fujimura was embezzling club funds and hazing us behind the scenes, right? The truth is, that's not all. That man...
Ichita, you don't have to say it. I noticed Ichita's voice choked up and his fists were trembling. I realized what he was about to say and gently placed a hand on his shoulder to stop him. But...
Rikuto, no. I have to tell him. Please, let me say it. Guy, Mr. Fujimura would find a club member's weakness and threaten them with getting the team disqualified.
Huh?
I was his target. I'm from a single-parent home, and my mom barely worked, just occasionally at a snack bar. So I had no choice but to secretly work a part-time job, which was against school rules. Unfortunately, Mr. Fujimura found out.
Ichita, you had a part-time job?
I have a much younger sister at home. I didn't have a choice. I was ready to drop out of school if it meant the Kendo Club wouldn't be disqualified because of me. But, to my surprise, Mr. Fujimura said he'd let it slide. But... the condition was that I had to introduce him to my mother. It was humiliating, but I had no right to refuse.
What? So what happened to your mother, Ichita?
Mr. Fujimura started showing up at my mom's snack bar almost every night, doing whatever he wanted without paying. The cost of his drinks was deducted from my mom's small salary, making our financial situation even worse.
Yes, that was the truth I happened to stumble upon that day.
Sir, please, just stop this. My mother is at her limit.
Shut up. Don't talk back to me. Do you want to get us disqualified from the tournament? Just shut your mouth and... You... Do you think you can get away with this? You'll be suspended from the tournament. Bring it on. I will protect my juniors no matter what. Promise me you'll quit as our advisor. I don't care if I get suspended from school or disqualified from my last tournament. I'll pay any price to keep you from ruining my junior's future. I get it. I'll quit. Just spare me. Hey, so somebody, help me. You probably didn't know, Guy, but there were many other members who were being blackmailed by him. But Rikuto sacrificed his own final chance to force that teacher to resign and saved all of us. I had no idea something like that happened. I immediately told my mother everything and apologized, but instead, she cried and apologized to me, saying she was sorry for not being a better mother. Since then, she's been working harder than ever. It's all thanks to Rikuto. So Guy, the one you should hate isn't Rikuto. If you're going to hate someone, hate me. But then, Guy spotted Nico, who had rushed over after hearing the commotion, and his eyes widened. What do you mean he sacrificed himself for his juniors? No matter how you sugarcoat it, the fact remains that he punched a teacher. What do you think about that, his fiancée? Caught off guard, Nico looked bewildered for a moment, but she quickly glared back at Guy.
Raising your hand to someone is not something to be praised. That's a basic principle of being a decent human.
See? I knew it. I'll never accept him either.
Don't lump me in with you. I acknowledge that basic principle, and on top of that, I am proud of Rikuto.
Why?
Back then, did you have a different solution other than the difficult choice Rikuto had to make?
Well, no, but...
Ichika, if Rikuto hadn't driven out that teacher, what would have happened to the Kendo Club? I think the teacher would have become even more brazen, and there would have been a string of victims suffering even more than I did. If someone hadn't put a stop to it, the abuse would have continued, endlessly for the younger generations, creating a vicious cycle. So, Rikuto really did save a lot of people. That's my man. To think I'd get to hear such a precious story about a time before I knew Rikuto. Thank you, Guy.
Seeing Guy fall silent, cornered by Ichita and Nico, Guy, no matter how much everyone else understood, you're right. I know my actions weren't praiseworthy. If what I did caused you to suffer all this time, then I'm sorry.
Rikuto.
Damn it. With that, Guy was grabbed by the scruff of his neck by Ichita and dragged away from the scene. Nico, thank you. I'm sorry for not telling you about that incident from my past.
Why are you apologizing? For you, it was just a normal thing to do to save your juniors, right?
I agonized over it a lot, but looking back, I think there might have been other ways to handle it.
Most people would act like they did a huge favor, or brag about it like a war story. But not you, Rikuto. Well, that's what I love about you, so I don't mind. Now, let's get back to work.
I felt so grateful to Nico once again, blessed with such a wonderful partner who made me feel as if she accepted every part of me. After that, Guy began training under Ichita, who still teaches at a kendo dojo for kids. According to Ichita, he's going to retrain Guy from scratch, as he's completely forgotten the spirit of Koken Chiai. Men, do, kote, men, do, kote, hiya. How much longer are we doing this?
Hey, Guy, louder.
Yeah, Guy, get it together.
I can only hope that through kendo, one of the most disciplined sports in the world, Guy will be able to get back on his feet. Around the same time, I heard a rumor that Mr. Fujimura had been arrested. Apparently, he had blackmailed a female student at the high school where he worked and ultimately assaulted her.
Damn it. If she had just quietly done as she was told, I would have overlooked everything.
Even after what happened over a decade ago, I guess he either never learned his lesson or just conveniently forgets anything that's inconvenient for him. By the time he finishes his sentence, he'll be past retirement age. The only saving grace is that he'll never be able to teach again.
Are we ready? And now it's time for the bride and groom to cut the cake.
At the signal from Ichita, our MC, Nico and I cut the cake with a special knife, fashioned from a bamboo sword. Only the kendo-related guests were amused. The other attendees were just confused and put off.
Next, the bride and groom will visit each table to light the central candle.
This too was a modified bamboo sword, with a tip that could be lit. The decorations, the events, everything was kendo themed, and it was all at Nico's enthusiastic request. Aren't most people, with a few exceptions, just forcing a smile? Nico, are you really okay with a reception like this? I couldn't stand the atmosphere any longer and whispered to Nico next to me. My face must have been bright red.
I want to get even a little closer to the spirit you forged through kendo, so this isn't nearly enough.
Nico said with a radiant smile, pulling my arm to lead me to the next table. Even when you act for someone else's sake, your feelings might not get through, leading to misunderstandings, and you can end up getting hurt yourself instead of helping. But I never want to turn a blind eye. It might just be my ego, but that's how I feel.
I'm so glad Nico was always there for Rikuto. Enjoyed the video? Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.